Okay, everybody. So we have test one due real soon. Okay, so it's due the 14th at 11:59 p.m. I sent you some communication about that already. I've told you what I wanted to tell you about that. I put it all in writing, but it helps to see things. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about just how you would proceed to take the test, and at least for now, not really about any of the material on the test. Okay, so let's do a walkthrough as far as step by step what you do to get started taking the test, the proctoring, etc. All of that. Okay, so first, let's say that I go over to Webassign when it comes time to take the test. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen so that what I'm looking at will be roughly the same thing as what you're looking at if you were on a Webassign. So say we go to Webassign and we see our assignments and we see test one, and at some point we're ready for test one and it's time to do it. So test one is password protected and it's timed. It's timed at 3 hours, okay? And as far as being password protected, it's like that because if it wasn't password protected, you could just take it on your own without it being proctored, and the password is locked through initiating the proctoring. So if I try to do this, if I try to open it like I do the other assignments, it wants me to put in a password. Okay, so question of the day is, how do you get the password? So to do that, let's say that we go over to our course page on Blackboard. Okay, so here it is, Calculus 1, Summer 2021, and I see that there's a link for tests. So if I go to that link, then I'll find myself here on this page. Okay. Now, so first step, when it comes time to take the test, and hopefully you'll do this well before it's time to take the test so that you're not stressed out at the last minute trying to get this to work right. But first step is to click this Secure Exam Proctor. Okay, this is what installs the proctoring on my computer. So I need Google Chrome, and I'm already using that, okay, because I use that for all my classes by necessity. And then I click this and click this, and pretty soon I'll have it on my computer. So like it or not, this is what we have to use for proctoring. Okay. All right, any day now. Okay, so there we have it. It's been added. Okay. And if you wanted to get rid of it, then you can just use this icon here and remove it. Okay, like if you don't want it on your computer all the time, just install it and reinstall it as needed. Okay, so I'm done with that. All right. So let's go back to test then. Now that I have that, what I might do is try this practice quiz out. This practice quiz is just there to ensure that I've got this proctoring working on my computer. Why would you want to make sure? Well, because like this Proctorio thing, like it or not, it's a little bit buggy. It doesn't work perfectly on everybody's computer the first time they try to get it installed. So you can try that just to make sure it works. Once you click this, there's some instructions that you'll follow to ensure that everything looks right. But let's say like it's time for the test and that's your priority. You just want to take the test. You're over here on Webassign where you know that you find the test and it wants a password. This link right here on Blackboard, all right, under the test link, that's where you find it. So if I click that, it will tell me the test has a time limit of 7 hours. I can save this and resume it later. Okay, so why is that? I thought the test had a time limit of 3 hours. Well, the reason I put 7 hours here is in case you have some technical problem, power goes out, internet goes down, that kicks you out of your test. I want this to have more time in case for some reason you stop the clock on Webassign, right, and that's okay, but this thing kept running and you needed to restart it or something like that. That's why there's more time here. Also, like, I need you to be able to open it again if something happens. So you can open this test as many times as you need to, but it needs to be open for your entire test because your entire test needs to be proctored. Okay, I need to see that, you know, for your entire test, that you're the person who's supposed to be taking the test and that you're not doing anything you're not supposed to. All right, so I'll do begin from there, and this is where you will find the password for the test. So that thing I need to put in over here on Webassign to take the test, you'll see it here. You'll see some other instructions also, okay? So you'll just leave this open, right? Just like this. Don't touch anything. Don't answer true. Don't answer false. Just leave this open. The whole time you're taking a test, a little screen will come up with what your video feed looks like. Video will be taken of you during the test for obvious reasons, so I can see that you're the one taking it. Your web traffic will be recorded, so don't go to some online calculator and look up the work and the answer. You're supposed to learn how to do it yourself, right? So that's all going to be going on. When you're done with your test on Webassign, when it's totally finished, you come back here and you'll be answering true, and that will end the proctoring, okay? All right. So that's all you have to do. It's a lot to type that out. You know, it might be a little bit harder to follow when I send it to you on email, but at least now you got to see it. You see what it looks like. Okay. Now, I mentioned that Proctorio is a little bit buggy, okay? And it doesn't work perfectly or at all for some people the first time they install it. And even on my end, I have to uninstall it and reinstall it periodically just because it starts to act up. So what if you install this, but you're not getting the password out of the test here like you need to? What do you do then? So I wish I could help you with that, but from where I'm sitting, I probably can't help you with that, okay? Because Proctorio is not my creation, okay? So there is a support page, okay? And they have a feature for live chat. I've used that before. When I've had problems, you may have to use it too. It's just, you know, reality for us right now is that we are using this proctoring and it doesn't work out perfectly all the time. But like it should be, with the tech support here, it should be easy to get stuff fixed, okay? If you're really having trouble with things and you want to just keep me in the loop about it, okay, then that's fine. Then go ahead and do that. It's better to keep me in the loop than tell me after the test is due that you couldn't take it because you couldn't get proctoring to work. Also, if you're having trouble with Proctorio, try to document everything. Like if you do the chat with them, take screenshots of it and that sort of thing, okay? Just because, like, obviously if anybody could say, oh, I couldn't take the test because I couldn't get proctoring to work. Well, you know, anybody could say that, but, you know, I would like some documentation from you. If you really can't get to work and there's some technical problem that's, you know, beyond your control, I can't hold that against you, but you'll go to the tech support. You'll do your best to get it worked out, all right? That I am putting on you. That I think that you should be responsible to do. Okay, now that is all I have to say, okay? You may have questions, and you know what to do if that happens. You know where to find me. You may have questions about the material, all those limits and continuous functions and so on. You know, ask me if you need help. We can set up a tutoring session. Remember, I can write on the whiteboard if I need to. I've had some tutoring sessions this week, okay, already, and I get the whiteboard and we go over problems and I explain them as I do. If you need to do that, let me know. I said this semester I would have live sessions on Mondays, and I'll be doing that this Monday too, so you can join that if you need to. Other than that, good luck on the test.